further ado,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I just want to welcome everybody to this virtual book release of not only is she a first lady, she's a mentor, she's a psychologist, and author of Life Changer, the new book that's out on Amazon.com. Give it up, guys. Give me some thumbs up. That's your applause.
And if I can just correct really quick, I would desire to be a psychologist. That's more on the doctoral level, but I am a licensed professional clinical counselor.
Yes, licensed professional clinical counselor. Yes, my bad on that one. But y'all thumbs up. Y'all thumbs up. That's your applause. So thumbs it up. So how are you today?
Oh, I am like so elated. I'm really elated, and I'm also just in awe of being right here in this space in time. So I am excited about what's going on in my life and the life of those who God has allowed me to really impact.
Yes. So during this pandemic and all that is going on, how did you manage to write this book entitled Life Changer?
That's a good question. And I call it the blessings of Corona, the blessings of Corona, because this book this journal has been in my heart for a couple of years.
Yeah.
It's been in my heart for a couple of years, and I've been writing on it every now and then, with working full time and, going to church and just your life period. I didn't have a lot of time to really complete it. They were just thoughts down on paper. Yeah. But when the pandemic came, and we had to isolate and all of that, it gave me time to really put it all together and to push it out. And that's why I call it the blessing of Corona.
Make sure y'all hashtag that, the blessings of Corona, because
Corona's not all bad.
It's not all bad. We hear so many stories that could get our mood down, but there are some blessings. Quarantining, there are some blessings just during this time that we have to always focus on, or else we may lose our minds. So we want to focus on the blessings of Corona.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
This is what the book looks like, if you guys can see it. These are just little flyers here, but they are amazing. All right. This is what it looks like. So I got me one. I ordered my son one. This is the actual book. So it's an interactive journal called Life Changer Interactive Journal. So how long did it take you to write this, approximately, with the ins and outs of life? How long did it take you?
I would say maybe about 2.5 years.
Ooh, now you are not
2.5 years.
2.5 years. You are not, this isn't your first book.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So your very first book is called,
this is my baby,
Secret Pain.
This is called Secret Pain. And this was really birthed from it was really birthed out of my pain. It's about my life and how I suffered in domestic violence. I knew that if I was suffering through some of those things, that other people must be as well, who are going through domestic violence issues. And the whole thing is that your silence really perpetuates the abuser. We call it helping them, but we're really hurting ourselves. I really wanted to write this book, Secret Pain, because it targets too why forgiveness is so important. I had to free Kimberly because I lost myself in his identity, but I had to go on a journey and find Kimberly first. And in doing that, one of the first steps was through forgiveness. So forgiveness, it's not really about the one that offended you, but it's more so for you. That initiates the healing process.
Yes. So forgiveness is more so for you. I want you all to get that when you have issues or a situation, and let's say even if the person is deceased and have been deceased, you can still forgive that person. You don't have to necessarily have a face-to-face conversation with them. You can forgive them And then oftentimes we need to forgive ourselves.
That's
Whatever
right.
decisions we've made or the people that we've hurt, we need to forgive
Yes,
ourselves
yes.
as well.
So that book can definitely, you can download that on your Kindle on Amazon.
Ooh, I have a Kindle.
Yeah. Secret Pain, my first baby, forgiving your offender. Yes.
Yes, so forgiving your offender. So that's your first book. Life Changer, of course, is your second book. So tell us about the title, Life Changer. What made you title your book Life Changer Interactive Journal?
Uh-huh. All right, thank you. And if I can just interject something really quick before I address that, if you all listen really closely, I will throughout the sessions be giving out some of my mottos. A lot of you know them, but when she asked you what are they, if you remember, we are doing some giveaways today. Everybody loves giveaways. Of course, I'm giving away the journals. Okay, like she showed, we have them in the black, and then we also have them in the other color. We also have wonderful cups here. I don't know if you can see that. This one says, I am creating my atmosphere. You are a creator. I am creating my own atmosphere. And then this one says, of course, if it's important enough to bother you, it's important enough to discuss. So we got cups, we got t-shirts too. This t-shirt says, create a wonderful day. All right, they are in large and extra large. So again, I will be saying some mottos throughout the session. And the first one who is able to respond, you get to inbox me and send your information so that we can get the gifts out to you. All right.
Again, so as we go, because we're really actually going to dissect the book.
Yes.
We're going to dissect the book, and she's going to actually tell you how to use it, and especially during this time. So listen out for the Bozemanisms or Kimberly's mottos, and we will have 3 giveaways. And as soon as if you remember what the motto is when we let you know, when it's time, type it in and then inbox your information to Kimberly Bozeman. Okay. All right. So back to what made you think of the Life Changer title. What was your thought process in that?
As you know, I am a clinical counselor, and in talking to many clients, when we ask them to do journaling in their homework assignments, it oftentimes people don't know how to journal. But when you find out that you begin journaling and writing down the things that are in your head, a lot of times we're left there. Like if I cathart and I write down, what happened, that's good. But then we need something that is going to bring about change in our mood, change in our mind, change in our behavior, so that we can have better consequences. That's why it's called Life Changer, because this journal is it's going to help you to be able to actually change your life. You change your thoughts, you change your behaviors, you can begin to change your life. So that's what this interactive guided journal does for us. It just doesn't leave you hanging out there with all these negative emotions.
And that's the wonderful thing. The book title itself really catches people, and I know it caught me, Life Changer, because especially during this time, during a pandemic, people are in more. They may start developing cabin fever, and what a way to process your thoughts is to write them down.
That's
what
right.
I mean? For male and female alike, for children, everyone.
It's very important that we process our emotions. Like you said, male, female, children, adolescents, is for all of us, because of the destructive nature of unresolved issues that rest inside of us. Is very disruptive. Unresolved issues, negative thoughts and emotions brings about sickness and disease in the body. We think we're doing ourselves a favor when we experience trauma and when we experience negative things and we just suppress it. And then we're just more productive and we're not paying any attention to it. But guess what? It's paying attention to you. And it may not reveal itself then, but it will reveal itself at the most inopportune time. This is why it's called life changer. It'll work if you work it.
Ooh, it'll work if you work it.
Indeed.
I hear you on that. I remember listening to your Talk Therapy Live yesterday, and you guys dove into that a little bit. And basically, really, it's a lot of people internalizing or stress can bring these things on as well. So it's important to really journal in this book. It'll help you to release what you need to release in order for you to move on. Then you can have better relationships, a better outlook on life, and a better work life. Everything will start to fall in line once you start using this book and journaling in the Life Changer. All right, so
it's better out than it is in.
Yes, I've heard that plenty of times. So without further ado, what we're going to do, I have my interactive journal here. We're going to delve into it, and you can teach us how to actually use this Life Changer book.
All right, and before we get into that, here is one motto. Here it goes. If it's important enough to bother you, it is important enough to discuss.
All right, so y'all heard that motto. So wait for 1 second, and then I'll bring it up after this, but you got to hang on. All right, so that was motto number 1. So let's get right into the journal. But before we get into the journal, I went to Amazon, of course, to purchase my book. And these were some great Amazon reviews. You've got 5 stars on Amazon, which is great. Y'all thumbs it up. I'm clapping, but y'all thumbs it up. 5-star for her rating. So once you order your book on Amazon, make sure that you leave a review, and you can go from there. You'll get your book either before Christmas time. Well, I got mine before Christmas time. So I would say order your book now, Amazon.com, and then we will let you know other places and where you can find this book as well. But from the review, you got a 5-star rating review. Someone said the book is empowering. So I'm amazed that females, males are leaving reviews, and especially males, because males, they don't talk a lot. So I would imagine that they write a lot, not to say that I'm putting them all in a box, but some men just hold it in a lot. So that was one review, that the book is empowering. Another review said it's therapy in a book. And I love that, because it is literally therapy in a book. So just in case anyone can't get to you right now, until they get to you, complete this Life Changer interactive journal, and you're well on your way to feeling better.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so let's delve into the book and tell us how to actually use the book.
All right. Okay, again, it is a guided interactive journal, okay? It's going to guide your thought processes. In the beginning of the book, there is a how to use this journal, okay? So if you don't get it all today, how to use it is in the book, okay? And I'll just, be vulnerable and use myself, because there's been many occasions where I have had to run and get this Life Changer journal myself because I did not like the headspace that I was in. And I knew that I had the rest of the day to go. I needed to change it. All right, so it has like dates on it. So it starts out and it says, right now, I feel blank. Okay. Now, sometimes I can know how I feel. Other times, I may not be able to put it into words. In the back of the book, there is a feeling list. Okay.
Ooh, I like
so
that.
you can go to, it says, my feeling list. All right. So there are different, it gives you definitions of it. So let's see here. Like for confused, there it's bewildered, disoriented, imbalanced, befuddled. I'm like, oh, that's me all day. you know. But this particular day, it says, right now I feel, and I put frustrated and angry. And then it says, I know or do not know what the triggers are. So you can circle which one, because sometimes we can be in a mood and we really don't know why. We really don't have any triggers, and that's okay. It's okay. All right, because then you would go to the next session. But for me, I knew. So it says, I knew what the trigger was. So I was able to write it down, and I wrote down, my computer shut down in the middle of my progress notes without warning. We all know how frustrating that is to have your computer black out on you.
Exactly.
And I did not get to save my notes.
Ooh.
So it asks you another question. It says, well, where are your thoughts then? Well, I wasted time. I need to get it done. And I went on and on about what headspace I was in at that time. But then it moves you on. It says, okay, to feel better, I will. And it gives you a list of things to choose from. I chose D and another one. I said, I will silence my inner critic with positive self-talk. Because you know, our inner critic has a big mouth.
Yes, it does.
It'll say all kind of manner of evil to you.
It'll talk us into stuff, and sometimes it'll talk us out of stuff.
Indeed, yeah. So I knew I had to silence her and to silence the inner critic. And then I said, I will also do deep breathing. All right. So in silencing my inner critic, I was able to say that, you know, as far as my new positive affirmations, that it's only a moment in time. It's not the end of the world. I can begin again. My peace comes from within. You know, so after processing all of that, what I just did, I flipped my thought processes from the intense negativity, which released the cortisol and the adrenaline, to something more positive, where my cells now are releasing the dopamine, the serotonin, and the endorphins. So you see how this book helps you to change your mood and your atmosphere?
Yes. That is absolutely amazing. So again, this is therapy in the book. Therapy in a book. So no longer will you have an excuse, is how I look at it. No longer will you have an excuse. You can't say, oh, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. Order this life changer book, and I guarantee it'll help you change your life. Most definitely.
And then I put in, of course, the mottos, because we're so busy now, and sometimes those little nuggets go a long way.
They
go
do.
a long way. So on every page, you're going to find a motto. Like, for instance, this one says, do not say things to yourself that you would not want other people to say to you.
That's good. Speaking of which, ding, ding, ding. All right. So First Lady gave a motto, the number one motto, the first one that she gave. Does anybody remember the motto that she said earlier? If you do, type it in right now. Type it in right now. Now, this is for a giveaway. Well, it's a nice package that we put together for you. So you don't want to miss it. Type in the motto right now of what she said earlier, and that's giveaway number one. Everybody say giveaway number one.
Number one.
So type in the motto, and we can continue to move on to the Life Changer book. Again, this is First Lady's virtual book release, and we thank you all for joining us. If you're just now joining, definitely text, tag, and tell a friend that they want to be a part of this celebration. They want to be a part of this Life Changer Interactive Journal release. All right. So let's delve more into the book.
Yes.
More into the book.
Also in the book, you know, earlier we spoke about that inner critic, you know, and the negative thought processes. So in the book, it asks you, it says, everyone has good qualities. What are some of yours? It is amazing in talking to clients how they can think of all the negative things.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the good qualities, they're like stuck. They're there. You just have to
Yeah.
think about them.
Yeah.
And oftentimes you have to wonder what other people would say about you. If you can't think of your own good qualities, what would your mom or a good friend say about you? This is what
Yeah.
people see. They see, sometimes people see what's in you more than you can see. So you get to process and write down some of those qualities.
That's good, because I find it most difficult to receive compliments or what have you. No matter what this looks like, I find it hard to receive compliments from people to say, hey, you've done a good job. Whatever compliment they want to give, I kind of really shy away and point to some other direction, whether I say to God be the glory or thank you and shut it down. But that's a good one. That's
It
really
is
a
a
good
good one. And we do get caught up in to God be the glory, because
one. Yeah.
ultimately God will get the glory, but
Yes.
God needs someone. He needs a
Yeah.
vessel to use. It's okay to take compliments. It's
Yes.
okay. It's not taking anything away from God at all, because you were a willing vessel. You were
Mm-hmm.
a useful vessel. And it's
Yes.
okay to say, oh, thank you, and to go on. God is going to get the glory because it glorifies him.
Absolutely. Now, some people may say, of course, I don't know if I can, if the Life Changer book is for me because I'm not a Christian.
Mhm.
Explain, do you have to be a Christian or have a Christian mentality to enjoy this book and let this book work for you?
This book is for anyone that has thought processes.
Y'all hear that? Anyone who has thought processes. So if you're alive and well, you
we
got
we
these and you're
we've
good to go.
all listen. We've all been through things. We all
Yeah.
have experienced life. We all have gone through 2020. We
Yeah.
all have some effects on us, some emotional baggage. You
Yes.
know, it can be from childhood. It can be
Mm-hmm.
from a bad relationship. It could be from you just not liking you. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I don't care if you're bond free, male, female, uh, whoever you are. In order to move forward, you have to be
Mm-hmm.
able to process that stuff that you can't keep stepping over that.
Yeah.
It's like sweeping stuff under a rug. Eventually, there's so much stuff you're going to begin to trip over it,
Yeah.
you know? And as I stated earlier, we become sick, we become diseased when we
Mm.
harbor these negative emotions and these
Yeah.
negative thoughts. You could have an attitude for, regarding your supervisor at work.
Mm-hmm.
Those are
Mm-hmm.
negative emotions that's going to be stored down inside of you.
Yeah. Y'all
So,
hear that? Y'all hear that?
yeah, so we definitely need to process this in a healthy. This is my heart,
Yeah.
and my heart is very compassionate towards people. I
Mm-hmm.
believe everybody has a story to tell. Everybody's not privy to tell their story, or
You're right.
everybody doesn't trust other people
Mm-hmm.
to tell their story. You can
Yeah.
tell your story here.
Ooh, you're absolutely right. I
Yeah.
think when I think of maybe a family, a family, a huge family, or maybe not even family, but two siblings or three siblings, four siblings living in a house. And as they grow up, even though they have the same, are under the same roof, they haven't all, once they tell their story, they
Mm-hmm.
didn't all experience the same thing. And they all have
Mm-hmm.
different
Mm-hmm.
experiences under the
Yeah.
same house,
Yes.
under the same
Yes.
roof. So
Yeah.
that's very interesting. Like, I didn't know you felt that way, because we all grew up in a house together, but you have your own different processes up here.
Yes, yes. And your
Yeah.
your your perception is your reality. And you can
Yes.
argue with them all day long and say, that's not what happened to them. That's what happened.
That's what
You know,
happened.
right. Yeah. So then, that's a whole nother segment, as far as validation and
Hmm.
understanding. But everyone does have a story to tell.
Everybody has a story to tell. So I'm definitely excited about the different processes that you'll take even in writing into this journal. So what we're going to
Mm-hmm.
do is we're going to take a pause for the calls. Can you give us another Bozemanism or Bozeman motto that we can
Sure.
hang on to?
They're all in this book. Let's see.
Get your life changer book. Available
All right.
on Amazon.com.
One of the greatest relationships you can have is the relationship with yourself.
Ooh, do explain. Okay, let's do that motto again so people will know and remember. Say it again for us.
One of the greatest relationships you can have is the relationship with yourself.
And why is that so important to have a relationship with yourself? Do you think a lot of people have a relationship with themselves?
Everyone should have, in order to be whole.
And what does that look like? Yeah.
Yeah. In order to be whole and healthy, and what happens is a lot of times people abandon their own selves to meet the needs of other people. We spend a whole lifetime trying to fit in to this group, trying to fit into this organization. We all have this sense of belongingness, but essentially what we want other people to do what we won't do for ourselves. Ooh. Do we even like ourselves? Do we even know ourselves? Yeah. Are we comfortable spending time with who are you and do you like that person?
Yes. I speak to myself often. Marvon, you can do this. Whatever the case is, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I understand that I'm growing and constantly moving. Sometimes you do have to talk to yourself. Get it together in whatever the situation is. So it's not bad.
And you do that with love and compassion. It's like you begin to parent. You're a loving, kind parent to yourself now. Yes. But if we don't know who we are, then we reach outside of ourselves to others to make us happy, to bring fulfillment into our life. It's not their responsibility. It's not their It's not even your spouse's responsibility to make sure that you're fulfilled. Yeah, all of this is inward stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and even entering a marriage as well, or any relationship, but especially a marriage. And you hear the saying of it's 50-50. 50-50. And I heard you and Bishop maybe last month say it's not 50-50, it's 100-100. You bring your whole self to a relationship, they bring their whole self to the relationship.
Yes.
And there you go.
But if I'm broken, if I'm wounded, if I don't know who I am, then I'm going to become codependent. Yeah. And perhaps I can't give as much as you can because I don't have the capacity within me because I have not done the work.
Ooh. So you got to bring your whole self, even before you enter into a relationship. Use this life changer journal. It'll change your life. It'll change your relationships, all for the better. All right. So we're going back to the book.
Yes.
Can you give us some more of the book?
Yeah, so some more of the book. There's also a page in here that talks about mindfulness. Mindfulness. It's so important that, especially in 2020, I can't stop referring to 2020. I know a lot of us cannot. We've had so much turmoil going on. It's like a hurricane of consequences. So the opposite of mindfulness is spending time in the past or spending time in the future. One brings depression, one brings anxiety. We really don't want to be on either side. We want to be mindful. So mindfulness brings you into the present moment. So in the book, it says, it's on page 154, to ground yourself with mindfulness. All right. So this is taking your mind and making you become very much alive in your present state of being. Like it says, what are 5 things you see? What are 4 things you hear? What are 3 things you can feel? What are 2 things you smell? And what is 1 thing that you can taste? So as you can see, we bring ourselves into the present with our 5 senses. This is how we're like fully alive. Yeah. We're fully alive with our 5 senses.
This is absolutely amazing. Again, if you have the Life Changer book like I do, it's on page 154 and it's called Ground Yourself with mindfulness.
Yes.
Because we can certainly get away and not be in the present, like you said, or live a lot in the past. And that a lot of times colors are perspective. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
it's not all what it was cracked up to be. So it's definitely good to be grounded and be mindful of the things around you, be mindful of self and how you feel and certain things like that. So remember page 154.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah.
If you have
I mean, it
any of these
causes you to
moments.
get unstuck.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times our thoughts loop
Mm-hmm.
over and over on past events.
Yeah.
And
It's
a lot
like a
of
movie playing in your mind. It's like that movie
yes,
that plays all the time. It's like a rerun. A
that's right.
rerun. And then you're stuck in the past because that's what you're living in. That's all you ever talk about is your
Mm-hmm.
past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It's like someone pushed play and the recording just goes and goes and goes.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
good
we
stuff
get,
though.
yeah. And then a lot of times we're thinking about the future and that's anxiety. And one of the key components of anxiety is extreme worry. So we
Yeah.
worry a lot about things that we have no control over. And
Yeah.
most often we worry for no reason at all because a lot of
Mhm.
things we worried about didn't happen,
Yeah.
you
Hence,
know.
hence the coronavirus
Right.
and the
What
pandemic.
what if this? What am I going to do? How am I
Mhm.
going to be? Where am I going to stay? What about my fire? All of this stuff. So again, the mindfulness brings back into your present moment because all we have is the present. All we have
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
moment right
Mhm.
here. Now we may think we have the next 5 minutes.
Right.
That's no guarantee.
No, not
But
at
one
all.
thing we do know is that we have the here and now. So why not be mindful of the present moment? And you're in the
Yes.
present moment with gratefulness.
Oh, yes.
Grateful. And there's a page in here too that says to list 5 things that you're grateful for.
Mm. That's most important, especially during this time. Like I said, a lot of people have been working from home for a while, or a lot of people are starting new jobs because maybe they were laid off their old jobs due to
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic. So it puts your it puts you in a mindset of always thinking every day. I would even admonish you all every day that you get up, list 5 things that you're thankful for, or even
Mm-hmm.
if you're in a tough situation, take time and say, okay, what am I grateful for?
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying? So
yes,
you
yes.
never fail.
If they would do a spec, the brain spec,
Hmm.
and they were able to show the difference in your brain before gratefulness and after
Hmm.
gratefulness, there would be a vast difference. It
Yes.
really shows how being grateful changes your biological chemistry of the brain. It is
Yeah.
very good for you. It's very conducive for you to be a better version of yourself because whatever you focus on, you're going to get more and more and more of. I mean, can you
Yes.
imagine our bodies is like a vessel and all we're
Hmm.
doing all day is thinking on negative thoughts and we're
Hmm.
pouring cortisol. We're like pouring a bottle of cortisol, pouring a bottle of adrenaline, and then you want to complain that you can't sleep. Of course you
Yeah.
can't sleep. How are you going to sleep with all that?
Yeah. That is very true. And these are things that we don't think about. We don't really ever think about, okay, why can't I sleep? Why can't I focus? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And we don't
Mm-hmm.
think about that. Everything, every cause has an effect. So there is a root. There's a root to everything.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. So with that said, ding, 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 ding.
I was going to say, you want me to go ahead and say it?
Yeah.
Where there's fruits, there are roots.
Roots. Say it with me. Where there's fruits, there are roots. Where there's fruits, there are roots. That's how you remember that one. So you'll never forget it,
That's
right?
right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to delve into it. We want to uproot some things in our life. You don't want to keep taking medication and stuff because
Mm-mm.
you're only treating symptoms.
Yes. And
You
not the
know, every
root.
year that tree has the roots. It's going to keep producing the leaves on the tree. So we might as well go to the root.
Woo! Amazing. So I hope you all are catching these nuggets. Again, hopefully you've text, tag, and told a friend to come in and listen to this life changer virtual book release. So here we go. We're going to take another pause for the cause. Who remembers motto number 2 or the Bozemanism? that she said earlier, model number 2, or the Bozemanism. Whoever remembers that, type it in, my friend, type it in, my friend. And you're going, that's the second giveaway. This is the second giveaway.
Get your free life changer journal,
get your mug,
cups.
get your t-shirt, everything. We're going to load you up and love you down with some good stuff to help you, okay? To help you for the future. Now,
and can I just say really quick, like the cup that says, if it's important enough to bother you, it's important enough to discuss.
Yeah.
This can be given to a family member, a coworker, or a friend that you see struggling with something, but you really don't know how to approach them, but you know that you want to offer yourself to them. But some people are so, standoffish. This opens up the door of communication. You know what I mean? You're letting them know that, hey, I'm here for you. If it's important enough to bother you, it's important enough to discuss.
Ooh, I like it. So whoever got that model number 2 and typed it in, you're going to be included in the second giveaway. Yay! All right, so here, what surprised you most about people's response to the book? Because I know you had a soft launch for your book in November. What surprised you most about people's response to the book? Even your reviews that people left.
I know. It is so heartfelt. It really touches me that this book is, in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit, I know why I wrote the book. Yeah. I wanted people to receive it like I do, and to really hear that people receive it in that manner that is actually changing their lives. I mean, people are saying, I write my journal every day, and it's helping me so much. That is more than $1 million. Yeah. To me, to know that I really was able to receive it down right. Yeah. And to put it out there, and that it is impacting people's lives. So
I tell you, so once you go to Amazon, and I went there, like when I went to order my book, and I looked at the reviews, I said, let me see what people are saying. So it's absolutely amazing. One review said, the best interactive journal I've ever seen, hands down. And I don't know if I've ever seen an interactive journal. Or even heard of an author releasing one. So kudos to you. And what made you think to not only write a book, but make it into a journal form?
Yeah. Well, as I was saying, in giving homework assignments to my clients, they struggle with, I don't know how to journal. I mean, what am I writing down in the journal? And it's very difficult. And sometimes people just need something that's guided. You know what I mean? They need the cues to help them. They need the thought processes. They need the help and the guidance, and again, I don't really know of a journal like this myself, but most journals, they leave you feeling like in a negative space, or you have started, you put all this stuff down, but what now? What now? And that's where Life Changer Interactive Journal comes in.
That's good stuff. I mean, I absolutely love it. And like I said, I've been using it. I bought one for my son. So it's like we have these books in the house. I have this book, and he has the one with the black cover. Still the same book. Yeah. So, I've been writing this one, and hopefully he's been writing in the other one, but
same book, two different
covers, so you can get it. Get to answer them. Is there anything in this book that you like to go over again for everyone, or have we reached on how to use?
Well, again, there's also in the book breathing exercise.
Breathing is very important.
It is so simple, but so profound. The Bible talks about how the simple things confound the wise. It's like, well, it's not hard enough, so it's not going to work. Breathing is so simple, but so profound. When we get stressed out, I'm telling you that the mind and the body are so intricately connected. constricted. When we get stressed out, you begin to constrict your blood vessels. You cannot think straight. Your body temperature rises up. You know, you say things you don't want to say, you do things you don't want to do, and then you have to go back and apologize, just all that, when you can simply breathe. When you breathe, you relax your blood vessels. Now your blood can get to your brain, the oxygen can get to your brain. Now you can think about what you want to say.
Yeah.
And you can say what you mean and mean what you say.
What you say.
And you're helping your heart, the vascular system. You know, so again, deep breathing, and I have a simple exercise in here. And I usually ask my clients at least 3 to 4 times a day to do your breathing exercises, like do 3 rounds at a time.
It works wonders, I tell you. It'll help you clear your mind, your blood pressure will come down, and you'll start to really be mindful and present of your situation and whatever you're going through at that time.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
We're so equipped to help ourselves, to heal ourselves, but we overlook simple things.
Yeah, and that's very simple. That's something that people, I'm sure, number 1, don't think about. Number 2, don't believe that it works. But trust me, it does. Try it.
Yeah.
What's the harm in trying it?
I started out saying it'll work if you work it.
Yes, it'll work if you work it.
Yeah.
So let's go to your motto number 3.
Motto number 3.
What's your motto number 3 for the people?
Allow pain to push you into your purpose.
Ooh, say that again. Allow pain.
Allow pain to push you into your purpose.
Okay, let's expound on that one. Let's expound on that one.
So we can go kicking and screaming all day long about how life is unfair.
Yep.
And how you did not deserve that. You know, but at the end of the day, you got what you got. You got the parents that you have. You know, it may have been tumultuous. You know, it may have been tumultuous, but that's what you got. Now we can either internalize it and have us make us a bitter, mean, angry person, or we can take our pain and use it for the good and to help somebody else. Yeah. And that's one of my things that I believe that got me to be a counselor, is because, you know, this book, Secret Pain, that girl was me, but I allowed it, I channeled it for the good, because if I'm hurting, if I'm wounded, if I have zero self-esteem, I know that I can reach back and help somebody else. Yes. So I can allow my pain to push me into my purpose and helping other people. You can become an advocate for some of the things that's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's just so much, there's so much hurt in the earth that each one of us can help to heal it by the things we have gone through. Ooh, yes. We've learned wisdom, we've learned understanding, we've learned compassion, all of that. Now we can get to use that for the good. Yeah. So allow your pain to push you. So y'all remember that. Allow your pain to push you. This is awesome stuff. Again, you can go and get your Life Changer book on Amazon.com. And please, please, please share with the people where else they can get the book. Yes. Amazon and... Yes. At Amazon. You can go to Amazon. You can go to Barnes and Noble. Yes. Barnes and Noble. One of the questions is, yes. So one of the questions says, is this book on Barnes and Noble yet? Absolutely. It is at Barnes and Noble. And I'm just asking you guys to please leave a review. You can also get the book if you go to my website, which is www.healthyemotes.com. Say it again. Yes. www.healthyemotesdot you can order the book there. Now, if you want a signed copy of the book, you can also inbox me, or you can go ahead and pay on Zelle or Cash App. The books are $21.49. And of course, you want to add your taxes in there, which is 5.75%.
Yeah.
And I can sign it and then send that to you. Another question is, how can I make an appointment? So you can call my business line, which is 614-669-5115. And Ms. Gwen will take good care of you.
Ooh, come on, Ms. Gwen. Thank you so much for helping out Healthy Emotes.
And check me out on Psychology Today. There's a lot of information on there about who I am and what I do, and also the insurance plans that I do receive.
Yeah, I know a lot of businesses, companies, agencies are reaching out to counselors, especially during this time, to help their employees, to help them to kind of cope and to deal, because it's one thing to work from home constantly, but it's another thing to either have your family impacted by the coronavirus or a loved one impacted by the coronavirus, and you're not able to physically see them or touch them.
Yes.
And I remember yesterday you talked about how important touch is. So just expound on how important touch is.
Yes. Touch is therapeutic. It's very therapeutic. My heart really goes out to those that are in a hospital, those that are in nursing homes who cannot feel the touch of their loved one.
Yeah.
There is a chemical reaction. There's a biological effect that happens when you simply touch someone. You are able to send healing to that person, send love to that person and it helps in their healing process. You're talking about releasing those neurological chemicals that are going to assist in the healing process. If I'm sick and I feel lonely and someone hugs me or just rubs my shoulder or my back, in my mind, I feel love. In my mind, I feel special. Guess what? You are going to begin to release those hormones that are conducive to feed that feeling, and it aids in the healing process.
Yes. Certainly amazing. Certainly amazing. So everybody go out and get your Life Changer Journal on Amazon.com, Barnes and Nobles. You can also inbox Kimberly Bozeman, and you can get an autographed signed copy. But we're going to take a pause for the calls, and the third giveaway is here. Everybody thumbs it up. Third giveaway. Everybody thumbs it up. Third giveaway. All right. So who remembers the motto, the last motto that she said? Whoever remembers, type it down below. Type it in the comments. And then we'll get to you, and your third giveaway will be just as awesome as the previous two, okay? You'll get a book, you'll get your mug, you'll get a shirt.
Absolutely.
We will, again, just love you down with all the stuff we're going to give you to help you change your life and make your life better. So type in the motto, third motto, number 3. Type it in, and we'll get with you and get you what you need. Now, for the people, what things do you have going on in 2020? What new things, what projects, what things are you going to be working on in 2020?
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. What happens with Kimberly is that there's a lot of things that go on in my head first.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that go on in my head. And then I'm careful about, okay, God, what do you want me to do? Okay, so there are like several books. I have several topics. I think one is going to be a spin off the Life Changer Journal. You know how we have all of my mantras in here, and how we did today is really expound on what these mantras mean. So that will be like a part 2 to the Life Changers, really, expounding
That'll
on
be good.
On what these mantras mean, because they're so powerful. And I also want to do another launch probably around springtime. We don't know what it's going to look like. I would love to do one, at Barnes and Noble or somewhere.
Yeah,
but if we have to do it like this, because this works too. Oh my gosh. Haha. We got winners. We got winners.
Yay!
All right. Shall I read them?
Yes, do read. Do read.
Winner number 1 is Nadine Lauderdale.
Yes. Winner number
Winner
1.
number 2 is, are you ready for it?
Ready, drum roll.
Ready for it? Miss Shirley Mays.
Woo! Shirley Mays, Shirley Mays.
And number 3, here we go. Dr. Camille Owens.
Yes!
Thank you all for
Congratulations.
participating.
Yes.
And we will definitely get these gifts out to you.
Absolutely.
You deserve it. You can keep them for yourself, or you can give them away to someone else.
Yes.
You know, but it's really up to you. You know, like I said, this one here, this mug right here says create. It reminds you of who you are.
Yes.
And what are you doing? You're a creator. What are you doing? You know.
But you know what? The older we get, we are more conditioned not to be as creative.
Yes, we lose.
But we are creative people. So I admonish you to tap into that creative side of you and just ride with it.
Yes, that's right.
Well, how can those who want to get in touch with you, how can we get in touch with you?
You mean as far as therapy, to get a book, or
every
just to hang
single
out?
thing? Therapy, counseling, everything. Social media handles. We want to know how can the people get in touch with you?
Well, you all already have this is what we're on now is my personal Facebook page. So if you're on here, you can definitely reach out to me at any time, and you can also inbox me. I'm a people person. You know, I like to spend time with people, you know, but my business page is also on Facebook, which is Healthy Emotes business page. Again, I did mention my website, which I think is worthy of mentioning again, because you can send me a message even through my website, which is www.healthyemotes.com. And you can go to my Instagram page, which is Healthy Emotes. Okay. Any other handles? Is that it?
I think that's it. So, guys, thank you again, Kimberly Bozeman. Thank you again. Don't forget, get your life changer journal, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, inbox. Get a signed copy if you want. Thank you to the 3 winners that we had today. We appreciate you so much. And again, get this because it will certainly change your life. Kimberly Bozeman, is there anything else you'd like to say to the people?
Well, number one, I appreciate you so much for taking your time to help make this happen. God bless you. You can change your life. You are empowered to change your life. Do not wait on anyone else. You are empowered to do that yourself. So going into 2021, let's make it happen. Again, all the steps are in the book, the deep breathing, the mindfulness, the meditation, and processing your thoughts. 2021 get here, we should be able to rise strong, sound, and in our right mind.
Ooh, I absolutely love it. Well, thank you guys again for joining us for this virtual book release of Life Changer Interactive Journal. Make sure that you purchase it, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Get it for a friend, get it for a neighbor, get it for yourself, and it'll change your life. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.